The C student has become the valedictorian. The understudy has become the Broadway lead. The quarterback, Malik Rosier, in whom Miami Hurricanes coach Mark Richt admits he had little faith in this past spring, has become such a master of the offense that he fooled even his own staff on one particular play in Saturday night's 418 win over Notre Dame at Hard Rock Stadium. It was 4th and 2, and the Canes had called a quarterback draw. Notre Dame went 0, stacking the box and looking for a run play. Rosier yelled "Kill, kill," knowing Notre Dame would then switch to a softer run coverage, anticipating a pass. Coach John was panicking, Rosier said, referring to John Richt, Miami's quarterback coach and Mark's son. But that's when Rosier became the master tactician. He audibled from a running play to another running play, and DJ Dallas got the first down. Coach John said, "Malik, if you would've thrown it, I probably would've put my foot in your butt," Rosier said with a smile. "We didn't practice that type of audible. We didn't coach that. But I told my teammates that if they go 0 and they bring an extra guy, I'm just going to go from a run to another run because we knew if we checked they would check to a softer coverage." It's the kind of leadership and decision-making that has made Rosier a star. Some fans might bristle at that designation, but Rosier is 100 in his career as a starter, including 90 this season, leading the 7th-ranked Canes to their first-ever Coastal Division title, which was clinched on Saturday night, and also into position to battle for a national championship. It's probably about time he gets more credit. In fact, one could make a strong case for Rosier as Miami's MVP. One could also make a strong case that Miami would not be undefeated had UM's previous starting quarterback, Brad Kaya, not left 1 year early to turn pro. And while that hypothetical can never be proven one way or another, it is fascinating to ponder considering the fact that there was widespread panic among Miami supporters once Kaya declared for the NFL draft. Kaya, Miami's career leader in passing yards, seemingly left the Hurricanes in a ditch, stuck without a clean way out. Miami fans, mostly sight unseen, clamored for true freshman quarterback in Coach Perry. Mark Richt took it one step further, telling Rosier he couldn't play for him, at least not from what the coach had seen of him last spring. On Saturday night, moments after Miami had dominated third-ranked Notre Dame, Richt insisted that was no motivational ploy. "I really believed that," Richt said. "The way he was going, he wasn't going to play for me. But he did what he had to do, and I'm proud of him." What Rosier had to do on Saturday night was a bit of everything, completing 15 of 24 passes for 137 yards. He completed passes to 4 different wide receivers, 1 running back and 1 tight end. He also ran for 44 yards on 9 carries, keeping Notre Dame off balance. "There were a couple of times where they had an extra guy in the box," Rosier said of the Irish, "and I wanted to make them miss." Rosier has made critics miss on him all season. Many in the media have underestimated his ability for the simple fact that he started the year with 0 hype. Richt didn't even choose him as the starting quarterback until just a few days before the season opener. If the coach doesn't have overwhelming confidence in you, the thought process went, how good can you be now? We know the answer is very good. Here's a quick glimpse of some of Rosier's highlights this season. Black small square. He rallied the Canes from a halftime deficit against Toledo, passing for 333 yards and 3 touchdowns, and running for 1 score. Black small square. He passed for 254 yards and 3 touchdowns against Florida State, throwing the winning TD pass to Darrell Langham with just 6 seconds left in the game. Black small square. The next week, Rosier led Miami to a last-minute 2,524 win over Georgia Tech, completing a 4th-hand 10 pass to Langham on that final, winning drive. Black small square. Next up was Syracuse, fresh off an upset of number 2 Clemson, and Rosier passed for 344 yards and 2 touchdowns. He led another drive in the final 3 minutes that resulted in the game's last touchdown in a 2,719 Miami win. Black small square. He passed for 356 yards and 3 touchdowns in a sloppy win over North Carolina, perhaps Miami's worst performance of the season. That's when the doubters grew louder, and the Canes players certainly heard the disenchantment. "There was so much disrespect in the media," Rosier said. However, in the past 2 weeks, against a pair of teams that were ranked in the top 20 at the time, Virginia Tech and Notre Dame, Miami has dominated, winning by a combined 51 points. At 90, Miami is, essentially, 5 straight wins away from a national title. So if the Canes aren't respected, that's okay. And if Rosier isn't respected, perhaps that's okay, too.